Hello there, YouTube. Hello, and today I am going to be reviewing the newest movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called Southpaw. So Southpaw is about a boxer named Billy Hope who, he's on top of the world. He's undefeated. He's undefeated, and eventually a tragedy happens, which I will not spoil. But the trailers, unfortunately, did. Not that I remembered what happened in the trailers once I went to see this movie, though. So that was a good thing. Um, but a tragedy happens, and he ends up, and his life just gets constantly gets worse and worse and worse. Things start just going downhill for him, and it's actually a very depressing movie. Oh man, I'm I was just holy crap. This guy is just down on his luck. This whole movie, basically the entire movie, it was crazy. Jake Gyllenhaal, of course, did amazing. I mean, in the past few movies he's done just a phenomenal job, just amazing. Especially Nightcrawler, I think that's the best acting he's done in his entire career. I mean, think about how he looks in Nightcrawler and how he looks in this movie. I mean, just think that that was not, probably like 9 months ago now, at least. It's crazy how fast this dude can transform for a role. It's just amazing. Um, uh, Other than that, though, all the actors did a pretty good job. I definitely liked Forrest Whitaker a lot in this movie. Um, I like that he was like a former boxer who was like, he wasn't like holding your hand, uh, that one guy who just holds your hand through everything and maybe does a little bit of tough love on you, but he made sure Gyllenhaal as a character did a got into shape and got better and made sure that he was not losing focus on anything except for what he needed to do at that moment. I really liked that. He did a very good job in the film. Also, uh, Billy Hope's daughter, Jake Gyllenhaal's character's daughter in this movie. Holy crap, that kid actor, good job. That's a better kid actor performance that I've seen in the movie um, than like any, almost any. I think the best one I've seen this year so far is that one kid from Tomorrowland. Oh my gosh, she did a really good job. But yeah, this kid does a very good job too. I really enjoyed her performance. Most kid actors don't do a good job at all with their performance. I really enjoyed it. Another really cool thing I liked about this movie was just the way that shots were done, like all the way the movie was filmed. I really liked the cinematography, and the boxing scenes actually made you feel hurt. Oh my gosh, there were times in which they would do like they would like be punching each other, and they you would the movie made sure you heard every single hit that landed. Oh my gosh, and also they would do different parts in the movie that whenever Gyllenhaal was boxing, they would do a cameraman like bobbing and weaving, and it would be like a first person shot, and I really enjoyed that because whenever he got hit, you felt it even more, and you're like, oh man. And yeah, you could really feel the beating he was taking. It was really good. Also in this movie, I very much enjoyed this. I don't know how much you can say you enjoy someone, uh, just life just turned into crap. But I really like the storytelling element of it and how depressing it is. This movie is so depressing. At one point, Gyllenhaal's character finally starts to do that thing where he starts to get back into it. He starts to get back into boxing and start moving his life forward. But before that, oh my gosh, there are times in which his character's just he's down on his luck. Just it's terrible for him, and you just feel for him. So you feel so bad for him. It makes you so depressed for his character too. And when his daughter is taken away from him by child services, when you see that you see why he wants his daughter back, but at the same time, you know that until he gets his crap together, he shouldn't be able. Like she should not be around him. You know this, and that's like one of the only movies I've ever watched in which it has done that. It's very effective in that way, and I really enjoyed it. And this movie is very good, guys. I would totally recommend it, but I do have to mention there are a few negatives I had with this movie. One of those was that it felt cliched, of course. Like the way they did the entire story was different, and it really was effective in that sense. But it was cliche. It felt like your average, boxing movie guy. Guy's life is kind of crap, and he needs to build his life up, and then he starts getting training, and then he ends up winning at the end. You know what I mean? That kind of boxing movie. It's basically exactly the same uh, as any other one you're ever gonna see in your life, but the way it does it differently, and Jake Gyllenhaal's acting in this movie is definitely one of the reasons that it stands out from a usual boxing movie, and that's what I really liked about this movie too. Other things I didn't really like. Uh, Now this isn't a fault with the movie, but the trailer. I went back and watched that after I watched this movie because I didn't remember the trailer. I remember watching it however long ago, but I don't remember what happens in it. So after I watched the movie, I went back and watched the trailer. I'm like, this is the whole movie. This is the first trailer. This is the first trailer. The whole movie. They spoil the whole movie in that trailer. It's They did a bad job on that. That's a fault on them. And other than that, I can't actually think of any more negatives. But yeah, it's just a very your kind of average cliche boxing movie. That was my biggest problem with this movie. And basically everything else was fine. I really enjoyed this movie, I'm gonna say. All in all, guys, Southpaw was just a very good film. I recommend completely that you do check this film out while it's still out. I think it's kind of a limited release, a little bit. I think it's more of a wide release right now, anyway. But that's just what I meant by that. Anyway, it's a very good movie. I like all the characters. Jake Gyllenhaal, as usual, does an amazing job performing. I like the plot. It is a very depressing movie, and you just feel so bad for Gyllenhaal's character. But when he finally starts to build his way back up, you really feel for him, and you want him to overcome all his emotional struggles and whatnot. I really like that part of the movie. Uh, while it does feel a little cliche, like I said before, just the way in which they do it, it makes it feel all that much better. And I really like I said before, like the cinematography. I really enjoy the boxing matches, even though boxing isn't exactly the sport of choice for me. I really enjoyed those, and with that, guys, I'm gonna say that Southpaw is a very good watch, and it is worth buying on DVD. I just want to thank you guys all again so much for watching. I know this was a little bit quicker review. I kind of glossed over probably a few things with this movie, but I kind of wanted to get this review out as quick as possible. I tried to do this non-scripted as much as I could, and I think I did a pretty good job. Tell me in the comments what I probably missed, because I'm sure I missed some stuff. And if you like this review, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And oh, also, I'm just gonna say right now, I've been meaning to change this. I was gonna do a spoiler video for Jurassic World, but I actually thought about it. I went and rewatched Jurassic World, and I do not think that Jurassic World deserved a buy on Blu-ray. I think it was more of a buy on DVD, just like this movie, because it wasn't good enough to qualify for that. Just so you guys know, I'm changing that. And if you're not watching up to this video, I will put in the this part in the video, I will put in the description, just so you know. And with that, guys, do not forget to overcome everything.